Hey, what's up guys? We got a new update yesterday and I've been doing this for a long time. Anytime we got a new update, I always have a few comments on the file size. People complain every time the game's getting bigger and bigger, more maps, more guns, more skins, and a lot of you guys can no longer download the whole stuff on your phone. It takes too much space. I always have a few comments, but never as many as yesterday. Like the new update, I had a lot of comments on my YouTube video yesterday, and some guys said you should do a video like how do you delete stuff if I only play BR, if I only play multiplayer, if I don't play zombies, can you delete stuff, can you make the file smaller? Good news, whoever needs to hear that, you can cut the size to more than half, okay? And by the way, the thumbnail is not a clickbait. My file size right now is 44.32, and I've seen you can cut it down to 1520. So we'll see what you can do, guys, but this is the video today. You can access the download manager and you can delete a lot of stuff. Also, some settings you should maybe turn on for the future. So first of all, how to access the download manager. That's the little download arrow at the bottom. Maybe if you're on a phone, it's a different spot, but you can access by clicking the download arrow. And then you have a lot of tabs, and the top right you have a settings wheel, and you have like the bin, the garbage bin. So I downloaded everything, okay? Everything's downloaded and all my maps downloaded, weapons and all. So first things first, you should click the settings here, and there's a few settings you can change for the future. But first you could turn on ask before downloading. So for the future, whenever there's new stuff to download, maybe you can decide yes or no, you want it, you need it, yes or no. And stop downloading optional resources. So if you're downloading stuff that is not needed, maybe start with that also. There's other stuff on auto delete I want to show you guys. If you turn it on, you're gonna have options between the last 2, 4, and 6 months. You can do that, okay? If you want to start with that, click here and click the last 6 months. You can auto delete everything that was previously downloaded, weapons, skins, all the stuff that's not necessary or needed to play the game, but it's not gonna go before the past 6 months. So you might have to delete more stuff if you downloaded old skins, camos, and weapons. So you can start with that first and see if it's good enough for you. And if the game is small enough, you can just play the game. Yeah, maybe you want some stuff in your game, maybe you don't want to delete everything. You can just try to start with the last 2 months, see if it's good enough, then try 4 months, 6 months. But there's that, okay? Ask before downloading, try auto deleting some stuff if you want, and stop downloading stuff automatically and stuff that is not needed, okay? Then after that, you can go to the garbage bin, okay? The trash can. And this is where you can start deleting stuff. If I just click on the maps, for example, there's a lot of stuff you don't need here. First of all, the space transfer platform. This is the Gundam TDM map. If you already done, if you grinded and you finish and you got your legendary J358, you can get rid of that if you're not gonna play the game mode anymore. And then you can check the maps that are not needed for rank multiplayer. I mean, I don't know if you play rank at all. If you don't even play multiplayer, you can delete a lot of stuff. If you just play BR, isolated, you can delete Alcatraz too, like the horde point stuff. There's a lot of stuff you probably never play there, and you don't need to have it on your phone, okay? So maybe start with that. The maps, the weapons, you can delete everything, and then later, like if you won't see weapon skins. But if you use skins, like if you have some cool skins that you like, whenever you go to your loadout later, if your skin is not downloaded, it's gonna be default skin, and there's gonna be a little download icon. So you can just go and download just the guns that you like, or just the guns that you use, and not have to download every single gun in the game. The thing will happen though is if your friend's playing with you and he wants to show you his gun, if you wanna try a gun that you drop on the ground, it's all gonna be default. So there's that. But again, like, this is emergency case. Like, if you're really in trouble and you really want to delete everything that you don't need, you can delete the operator skins, you can delete the guns, the weapons and stuff. And I would start with the basic. Like, if you don't play BR, delete the BR maps, delete the recent stuff. But yeah, download manager, again, garbage. And then you can, this is where you select what you delete. HD resource, I would keep the recommended stuff mostly, but again, it's all personal experience. Everyone plays different, everyone likes their own game modes, but definitely the zombie stuff, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys don't play zombies. You can delete the zombie stuff. And there's the operator tab and other stuff. I would definitely keep the audio, maybe delete. Look, I don't even have lobby music, so if I wanted to, I could definitely delete that. Vehicles and BR, if I only play Alcatraz on the weekend and I don't play the isolated stuff, could delete that. I would keep the audio though. Like, if you play the game serious and you need the sound and all, better audio, I guess you could keep that. But then again, the camos you could delete. Maybe just keep the important stuff, and the weapon models. It's personal, but I would say, guys, start deleting maps that you know you don't need. If you don't play rank, or if you only play rank, you can delete all the maps that are not in rank. It rotates every season, of course. You might have to go back, but sometimes if you're gonna play rank and you don't have the needed maps, they will tell you you don't have the maps, and then you have to download the rank maps for the playlist. But that's pretty much it, guys. Because I saw a comment, someone said, I cannot play CODM anymore, time to go back to other stuff. It's not true. You can make the file like half what it is right now, and even lower. From what I've read and what I've seen, I saw some guys go from 40 to 15 and from 40 to 20. So there's that. Like, and at some point you might want to upgrade your device, because it's gonna be like that no matter what you play. At some point you're gonna run out of space. You need bigger storage. The new devices now, you have options. I know it's expensive, but it's a choice, right? So until then, there's something you can do. Hope this video was helpful, guys. Always feel free to leave a comment below. I'm recording this video in season 7 2025. Stuff might change in the future, stuff might look different also in the future, but that's the basics. You can access the download manager, you can customize your download options, and that's it for today's video. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy these videos, subscribe for more. See you guys in the next one.